Ready? Ready?
Yeah,
Ready? You nervous?
Good to go, yeah.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, life. Good morning, sun. How are you?
Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of High Before Breakfast.
Now, you may notice that today's combined age of the couch has drastically increased because there's a very special guest sitting next to Connor and Elijah is my dad, Steve.
Yay, Steve. Welcome
Steve.
to the show. Anything you want to say?
Not really. Let's just do it. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Let's do it. We can start with.
I mean,
you have an announcement to make?
I have no announcements, but I think Connor's got a little treat next to him.
Yeah, I gotta smoke this weed first.
That's not what I was talking about, but you go on. You hit
What's
that.
the treat?
Pass that to me.
Pass the treat.
And the
then
treat.
hit the
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and the treat.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
So here it is. Here it is. This is Abner's Fable
In the flesh.
as a book, as a live paper book. It's available
Physical copy.
right there on Amazon. You got your drawings, you got your maps in the front there. I'm very pleased with it.
Yeah.
You've all read it,
Yep.
We have.
and
And it was excellent. I hadn't actually read it until I had the physical copy in my hand either. And it was everything I'd hoped for and more. It was wonderful.
Yeah,
and
man.
it was the little dedication in the beginning was very touching too. I wasn't expecting that. And it was really surreal to actually hold a book that we've published and created in our hands. It was kind of special.
it is
really nice
very
moment.
special. And to everyone who's already bought one, I really appreciate it. I really thank you guys.
And to everyone who hasn't, what's holding you back? It's like $6. Go buy it right now. It's on Amazon. You can get it shipped to your door like tomorrow if you have Prime. You know.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's eat some cereal.
Yeah.
So what do we have today? Who picked it out? You or Steve?
Steve
Well,
picked it out.
That was me, yeah.
Okay.
What do we
Is
got?
there a story behind it?
Well, it's British, basically. Wheatabix, chocolate melts.
Did you have to go to like a specific
I had
spot
to go
to get it?
Pete's Fruitique to buy this.
Eats fruit.
Okay.
You guys have Wheatabix ever?
I have never
I
tried
mean,
them.
you can get Wheatabix here.
Never heard of
but,
Wheatabix in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
So regular Wheatabix,
Yeah.
if I'm remembering this correctly, you get like a bag of them, and it's like one brick.
Yeah.
And you put it in, you put the milk in.
Milk and and it's just like one big old one that soaks it all up. Yeah.
Like a wheat mush.
It's like a giant
Fantastic.
mini wheat.
Giant mini wheat.
Well,
Yeah,
I
same
think
with that.
Mini
I
wheats
think
are
mini
the small
wheats are the
versions
small
of those.
ones.
But I think
But there's
more
some-
people know what mini wheats are than I think regular Wheatabix, though.
yeah.
So
At least
Wheatabix
here.
have sort of branched out a little bit, and so they do chocolate melts, they do chocolate chip Wheatabix, oat flakes, whatever. But yeah, this is. I
Yeah.
thought I'd do this specifically British because I don't know.
Is that
You
one?
might have picked up on the accent. I don't know if you need subtitles. I mean,
No, we'll make them suffer
Yeah.
through it.
Well, there's been several times when my friends you've said things to my friends.
no idea what I've said.
And a good example of Ryan Shinnery, who stars as Wesley Burns in this side of the Wayne River. One time he lives really far away from, like he lived, in Elmsdale, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to drive him home, so I brought
It's
him.
like 15 minutes. It's not that far.
I brought him back to our house, right? And my dad said to Ryan, "Oh, you couldn't find a drive home?" And Ryan said, "No, but I've got a cat."
What did he? A dog?
I'm not
I don't-
quite
yeah,
seeing
maybe.
what he had there. Yeah.
Yeah. There were
dog?
a good time. Another one was Madeline. You said you came down one time and you said, "Hey, do you guys want any dinner?" And Madeline said, "Yeah, sure. I love pizza." And you went, "I'm not making pizza."
Yeah. So it's a trend clearly.
Yeah. Oh, you went to Tim Hortons?
Oh yeah, Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons in Fredericton, actually, in New Brunswick. And I went in and I asked for a carton of milk. And the girl behind the counter, she said, "We don't do cat's milk."
Oh my god.
I had to point to what I wanted.
Yeah.
I'd get them in quick because they suck up the milk.
Yeah, they're a lot larger than I thought they were gonna be.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
like, are they similar to Crave?
That's
They
what it
look a
looks
lot
like
like
on the
Crave,
box.
yeah.
It does look like
Yeah.
Crave.
They taste healthy. Is that their thing? Are they supposed to be really?
They are
I mean, besides the chocolate.
whole wheat, eh?
Yeah, the outside tastes very healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Crunchy whole
get to that
grain
chocolatey
and high in
center.
fiber shell with a smooth milk chocolate filled center with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 O's in smooth.
Yo, that's
For a morning
Pretty good.
kickstart, for an afternoon snacking, or an evening nibbling. So whoever disagrees with having cereal at night, Wheatabix is telling you that it's okay.
They're pretty good actually.
Have you had
Never
this?
had
Bert?
them before, no. I thought they might be too chocolatey. They're not bad.
not that chocolatey. Kind of nice.
I wouldn't say that the outside is as nice as Crave.
No,
You know,
no.
the chocolate is very nice.
That's controversial, I suppose.
But
Yeah, the chocolate's much better than last week's
yeah, it is. Yeah.
horrible Timbit chocolate flavor. Because that didn't even taste like chocolate.
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh yeah, we've been on a bit of a chocolate train now.
yeah.
Wow. I think I'm liking it better when the milk is soaked in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get them a little
No.
softer.
Yeah, I'm gonna let these guys soak in here.
Marinate in
Yeah, the marinated milk.
That is what he said, yeah.
Let's give it a go.
I'm like sucking it out of the Bix.
The wheat.
Oh, the Bix. The Bix, that's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we the
It sounded
How
like
did-
you said
Yeah.
something else.
I thought this was going a different way.
Surprise!
No. No.
Okay. Yeah. I could get around this. And it's really not that sweet either, which is a good thing.
No.
Like, this is something you could eat on a regular basis. You could have a pretty sizable bowl and you wouldn't be, like,
Yeah. I don't know.
feeling horrible afterwards. 'Cause-
I don't think I could have a whole bowl. A big
No,
bowl.
you think that it is even too rich for that?
No. It's that. It's the weedy aftertaste.
Yeah.
It's like a little too
Grainy?
grainy.
much,
yeah.
too much.
It's nice when you're having it, when you chew it on.
But even then, like, I like chocolate, and I don't know if I could do a whole bowl of these. Like, there is a good amount of chocolate in the middle that, like,
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
you know, a whole bowl, I think would be like, oh my god, it just had like 3 chocolate bars.
Yeah, it's a bit. I think the wheat overpowers it a bit much. Once you get the chocolate, like once you've eaten that, and you're just left with.
I think it's the best
wheat
chocolate taste
It is
I've
very
had
chocolate.
on this show.
The brownie crave was really good. I'd have to like compare them side by side, but I do agree that this was really nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it like a 7.6. I think it's good. Not one of my favorites I've had yet, but it was really good, and I would recommend it. And I'm sticking by that.
I give it a 7.
7.
It's very nice, but yeah, I couldn't sustain a big meal of that.
Yeah, I'd say I'd agree that the aftertaste, while you're eating them, they're good, and then it's just a little bit of an aftertaste.
Afterward.
7.5 for me.
Round us out, Connor. What do you got for us?
Go big.
I'm gonna
Or
give
don't.
it. No, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, the aftertaste was a little weird, but actually now I feel like I'm outside water, so I kind of washed it down.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6.8.
You know.
6.8.
Wow. Okay. What is like the quintessential British like cereal though? Is there like one that is just like it's like? I mean, I don't know if you guys have like
Cornflakes.
Cheerios, cornflakes.
Cornflakes, probably. Yeah.
But it's
It's same cornflakes too, right? Like Kellogg's cornflakes with the rooster
Yeah,
on the box
yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
but you're probably more likely you get like your eggs and bacon and
Yeah, I mean,
if you're having breakfast.
Bangers and mash.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm like, to be honest.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a cereal person. I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't eat it.
I have it. I'd have it on a night cereal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have it for breakfast. Never have it for
I
breakfast.
mean, that's why we have so many boxes of cereal
it's
still,
not-
because we
it's
keep
not
buying them for
sustainable
this
way.
show, and then we don't
Yeah,
ever eat it
yeah,
after this.
exactly.
So
We all hate.
Yeah.
I have like the odd bowl in the morning if I'm like, oh, I should
Yeah.
eat right now.
No, I always make like a big ass breakfast every day.
Yeah,
Like
man.
I'll do like eggs and bacon
Chefing
and
it
toast
up.
every single day. Like that's what I'll eat because
Brekkie
I can't.
sandwiches.
I couldn't do like cereal. That's not a sustainable way to start your day. You know, you don't get the energy and stuff you need. I did when I was a kid before school. Christina, name drop every episode.
Dude, every episode.
Yeah, she would, but she would like always make sure she was like, you gotta eat breakfast before we go, and we'd always have like at least a bowl of cereal every morning. That was pretty much what we had. We'd have Cheerios, and we'd have
But that's-
Honey Nut Cheerios was our go-to when we were really little. But I'm like sick of those. If we ever bring those on the show, that's.
But if you go to like a supermarket, like 70% of the cereals are aimed at kids, aren't they? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I wonder why it became like the breakfast thing. Is just like the convenience of it.
I think it's because it's easy.
Yeah.
You just takes 5 minutes to eat. You pour in a bowl of milk.
An
that's
easy
it.
way
Yeah.
for them to pump sugar into the
Yeah,
chicken.
you're right.
Dude.
Brainwash them.
Yeah, big milk. I see you.
Big milk. Oh yeah, I think this is just gonna end up being a conspiracy show of big milk.
Milk companies.
Okay, so you guys have something to show us today.
We do, yeah.
What
Just
is
a
it?
little history.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've always been a movie lover,
Oh yeah.
and I obviously sort of adopted that.
Yeah.
After you adopted me.
Yeah.
And
Oh what?
and I had that little green camcorder. I don't know if you remember that, and I made Doctor Who movies with my action figures. You know.
It was like your own version of brick films.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's-
I mean, I was like moving them across the screen.
That's
right?
what I meant by your own version.
But, and then I did a few, you know, like by myself. I don't know if you remember the Indiana Jones one where I'm using the like little footstool
Oh,
as a
yeah,
mine
yeah,
cart, and but then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put these guys in them. So I started putting my sister and my dad and my mum in them when I made funny stunts where I would slow down me jumping or reverse me jumping off a
it's
3 foot
funny.
wall or something.
Yeah.
And then I did Squeak a Man, which you maybe if you've seen We're Sorry, Squeak a Man makes an appearance in that.
It does,
Where
yes.
it was a superhero with the power of a high pitched voice. And then we made this.
Yeah.
But this
to
was
be fair, you were only 12. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you're trying to make movies at 12.
yeah
I mean, that's pretty good, right?
pretty difficult,
Yeah.
especially with nobody else. You know, like
Yeah.
I never had any like friends in the films. But
That almost got really sad.
but the one we're about to show, this was your idea.
Yeah.
Did you write it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And would you guys say this was like the best thing that you made at that stage in your life? Like
Yeah.
when
I
you
think-
were doing this little
I-
like doing it with the camcorder?
I know you're a big fan of the second Squeak Man
Yeah.
because you wrote that one as well.
Yeah.
But this is better, I think.
Yeah, this is I mean, this is my thing is like horror. So this is
Big horror movie fan.
this is horror, and if you watch it, you'll see really is a lot of references. I mean, it's not a long film at all,
Yeah.
5 minutes, but there's a lot of references to horror movies.
Two
in
other
it.
horror movies.
And even the music, you know, and that. So.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like this, you know, I think we just made this in a day, didn't we? We were just, you know, there's no planning. We just went into it.
Like anything we make.
I like, you know, like Louis started making movies, and I'm like thinking, ooh, I want a bit of this. Really.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd have liked to have done when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the technology, if you like, then. So.
Yeah.
Kids to have their own cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you watch this, it is. I don't want to say amateurish, but it's fun. And it's
yeah.
good.
I mean, it was you guys experimenting with
And
this
it's
for, like, the
almost,
first
it's
time ever.
almost,
Yeah.
almost a little bit scary as well, bit creepy.
Oh yeah, there's
You know,
a few bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's
It's
watch
to
it.
warn
Let's
everyone
watch
out
it. Let's
there,
just
just,
watch it.
if
You
you're
guys tell us
frightened,
if it's creepy or not.
Yeah. All right.
Let's get it going.
Is the case, Mr. Carpenter? Welcome to your new house. Thank you very much.
Wait, never sell that house.
He doesn't know the history of it. You know what they say? There's one born every minute.
Born every minute. So did you guys print? You just
I did,
printed
I
that
did.
off?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That looks
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Well, it's a regular newspaper cover, and you cut out all the letters and stuck it on. Yeah.
You just actually filmed the moon there?
I did, yeah. Luckily, we had a full.
I know, that's like surprisingly, like you could see a lot of the detail on the moon there.
This was back when I was operating under Funny Stunts Productions.
Yeah, so,
Yes. Funny stunts. Oh, horrible, scary house. This is a cool ass graveyard. This is.
Oh yeah.
this church, actually, I was
Yeah.
christened at this church.
Really? I love
really?
that you
I
can
didn't know.
not see the credits.
No, that's
That's
Lucy's
a few
editing.
mistakes.
Yeah.
That was my mom's name that got lost. sorry, Mom.
So you filmed and edited the whole thing? Or did you guys
There is
both-
one
both?
shot.
He did.
Well, I mean, I'm in it, so there's a lot of him filming it.
Evil Dead. Cool.
Yeah. I edited it, but there is one bit in it later that was the first bit that Steve did. You know, yeah.
Can't believe you got it for this price. No, it's right next to the cemetery, actually. Down an old track. Probably miss it if you weren't looking for it.
Had you seen a lot of horror movies at this point,
No.
or you just kind of?
I haven't seen a lot of horror movies at this point.
Yeah.
Like coming up from upstairs. Might be a window or open or something. I'll ring you back.
This is my
Bye.
pre-Canada voice.
Yeah. Exorcist music.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what you're talking about, right?
Oh, I know my movies.
Yeah.
This was a bit of like John Carpenter filming, like Halloween.
Yep. Yeah. Did you have, was that a red light or was that just like color?
It's just the wallpaper.
Just
Yeah.
how it looked, yeah. Was that creak in camera or was that added? It is an WD-40. Is that your room?
No, that's their room.
I'm pretty sure you still wear that t-shirt. You guys think I'm joking? He still wears some of that shirt.
I do.
I think we still have it.
I know, you still have some of those. God, yeah, that is some interesting wallpaper for sure. That's a very cool door handle. Was it a really old place?
Not really, but it's yeah.
Is it just been how things look in the
Yeah.
UK?
Yeah, England's a very old place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that just repeated? Yeah.
special effects.
Special effects.
Psych.
Yeah. So how old are you? So you bought this place? You moved in here and bought
Versus
it?
rented. Yeah.
Oh my god! Is that you? The past?
No, it was a demon.
It was CGI.
There's a Babadook.
I thought that's
He turned into a globe.
So this part is the part that he did. I think you must have looked this up on the internet.
Yeah.
How to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I have a video on my channel that is exactly
almost the
the
same,
as
yeah,
that.
where you shoot
exact
yourself?
same effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello? me out of this house. Quick!
Superman to the rescue to get him out of the house. Mr. Sandman.
Piercing scream at the end.
Was that your actual scream?
Because I needed this, I had the sound of the wind,
Yeah.
you know, and I hadn't learned to
What were
do
you
too-
editing on? Movie Maker?
I think it was
Vegas.
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 Yeah.
We,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This was like 2010, but we
Oh, wow.
downloaded it and had a free month. I think it was £1,000 at the time to buy it,
Shit.
but we downloaded it and you got a free month. So that's
So that was it?
So the
That's what you did
effects,
with
the
the free
mirror
month?
effects we've
Yeah,
done on
yeah,
there. And,
yeah.
Because when I was in elementary school or primary school as they call it, I was in a sort of a club and they gave us Vegas to edit.
Really?
Like the Vegas.
Wow.
Is that what you
studio
still
pro-
use now? So,
That's what I use to this day, which
I mean,
is
obviously it
which
must
is
have
pretty
been
cool. Yeah.
updated a bit.
Yeah,
but,
it's like on.
No, I use like Vegas like 14 or 16 though. Like I use an older version of it. I don't even use like I think they're up to like
Yeah, I have
19 or
18
20 or
on
something
mine.
now. Yeah, they're like it's updated a lot, but like it's me. I've been using it pretty much the exact same software for like close to 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that was the first big
It
editing.
works.
I didn't
Yeah.
program I got, and I got so used to it, and I can edit so efficiently and quickly on it that like why would I? And I have no issues, you know.
You know,
So,
if you have a separate software that does your
Yeah.
special effects or your
Mhm.
music or whatever,
Yeah.
you don't really need it much else.
No,
you know, as
like,
long as it's
yeah.
cutting it, you know, and
Yeah.
it looks nice and you can, you know,
Exactly.
organize it nicely.
And I can do any special effects I need to. Like I can do any masking, I can do any like chroma keying, so I can do any green screen I need to or anything like that. I need color correction, sound mixing. You know, like it does everything I need it to do. I'm excited for film school because I'm going to learn how to use those other programs, the industry ones that they Final Cut and
To do a remastered version of House by the Cemetery.
That was good though.
Yeah.
It was very
I
cohesive.
enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
Have you seen it before?
I've seen it before. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've shown it to me before, but it's been a while.
Yeah, for like a couple amateur filmmakers who have never made anything before, it is kind of creepy, and you got some suspense in there, and you got, and the editing's not half bad for a 12-year-old, like I was.
Not terrible.
Yeah. It was about what I was doing at that age too, so that's pretty.
I don't know. I remember having. It was just like I think I made funny stunts, and then the first funny stunts, and I
Yeah.
was just like, man, this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I just kept going. I made like I made the first two Squeak Men like back to back, like one day after another. I
There
think.
was, there was a special effect, wasn't there, where it was a lamppost,
Oh yeah.
and you went
Like
into the
disappear.
lamppost and
Yeah.
disappeared.
So you use that exact same
Yeah.
effect
Yeah,
with the mirror.
Yeah.
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 I think my personal favorite of the ones that you guys did is also Squeaky Man 2. I think it's just because it's fun.
Yeah.
Like it is ridiculous
Yeah.
and
Yes.
like even the fight scenes and everything like that. And,
You kick me and I'm walking back for like
Yeah.
10 minutes.
And smack you
Smack
with
with
a
a
chair.
big, like a wrestling match.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. What's your favorite horror movie?
What's my favourite horror movie?
Well,
That's a line from a movie, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
What's your favorite scary movie?
My favourite horror movie is Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Huh?
The original.
Really? The original one? Yeah.
George A. Romero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in that there was Halloween. I love Halloween. Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
obviously.
Exorcist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Psycho.
The Thing.
Yeah.
Probably my second favourite.
Oh, yeah.
It's glory time.
Yeah. Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I'm curious what your guys
Yeah,
are
yeah,
too.
we go down, yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Man, I don't know. I feel like it's just like I like Jason, the classic, the first
Yeah.
Jason, just because it's, I don't know, as a kid, like I was him as Halloween once, just because
Yeah.
I'd seen it as a kid, I was like, oh man, this is crazy.
That is Halloween, right?
No, that's
Friday the
Michael Myers.
13th.
Friday the
Friday-
13th
oh.
is Jason Voorhees.
Oh, yeah.
They take that series to a whole guy. They
gets
go
crazy.
like
Freddy
space,
versus
yeah,
Jason.
but that's why it's like the first one, like it's like I think like the first couple are classic, but then they just start getting a little nuts with it.
Yeah, doesn't he get like struck by lightning? He comes back to life.
Yeah,
and
did
stuff?
they like
Frankenstein.
But did they like cut his head off, like burn his body, like drowns him, like the
And
sea?
just like
yeah,
can't be killed.
Yeah,
he never
yeah,
dies.
it's Wolverine.
Yeah.
That's what they've done though with like Halloween and.
What's in Chucky and all these franchises?
So they're indestructible, which
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it sort of takes a little bit away, I think.
But Barbarian was awesome.
That's what I
was
was gonna say. That
Like, so I think that like for a newer because I don't know.
Oh,
It was really good.
that was the guy in the house. In
the Airbnb.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
That was brilliant.
because I don't like horror movies, not because I'm a little bitch, but because there's so many bad horror movies,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
and I think sometimes a movie just is trying to scare you or
Yeah.
creep you out or gross you out rather than actually telling a good story.
Yeah.
Whereas and Barbarian was quite a recent one, but it was the first one that I watched where I'm like I'm in the story. I want to know what's about to happen. And then you don't see it coming, and you're shocked. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I would really recommend that.
You guys were talking about Ari Aster recently.
Oh my god, yeah.
Hereditary and Midsummer. Two
Midsummer.
I think
excellent
yeah.
movies.
Midsummer.
The opening scene of Midsummer is
Oh my god!
horrifying. I think like Midsummer's not even necessarily like a horror movie. I think
Crazy.
Ari Aster himself said that he thinks Midsummer is more of a horror movie. Like he intended that to be more of a horror movie than Hereditary was, though. Like Hereditary was more, but I find Midsummer's like really psychological. Like
Yeah,
that's what's
it's a big
really
psychological.
freaky about it. Is
They're like
the unknown and
tripping,
the
tripping there and like
That is the most accurate mushrooms scene in a movie I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that
When
was
she's having the
really
bad
good.
trip at the beginning and like everything's just turning more. Have you seen it?
No, I
You
haven't
need
seen
to
it.
watch it.
It's
It's
really
pretty.
good.
Yeah. I think that's your problem though. You just haven't like been watching the right horror movies.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
been like you've lumped them all into like they're just it's
Well,
cheap scares.
there's
But
a time
especially
when-
nowadays they're crank like Robert Eggers and Ari Aster and like Jordan Peele.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're making brilliant movies that are
Mike Flanagan, I think,
Yeah.
is the best.
Yeah, I found there was a time there.
Best horror movie director
Yeah.
at the moment.
What's he make?
Well, he's the Netflix shows, Midnight
It's,
Mass, Midnight Club,
Oh yeah.
what's House on
Haunted Hill.
Haunting of Hill House.
Haunting of
Yes.
Hill House,
Yeah.
yeah. But the movies he made, Oculus, Ouija Origin of Terror.
Yeah, because the first Ouija was like god awful.
Yeah.
And then he made that one, and then everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Like the sequel
So
is
that was
actually really good.
like
Yeah.
a low budget sequel, which a lot of horror movie fans will tell you that the sequel killed the horror movie back in the 80s and 90s. So he makes this sequel to a film that wasn't actually very good anyway, and it's like, wow,
Yeah,
that's a, yeah. But, yeah.
that's great. Different creative direction though it can go. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite is The Shining. I know Stephen King himself doesn't like the movie
Yeah.
adaptation of The Shining, but just like Jack Nicholson's performance and Shelley Duvall and everything, it's just like that is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane. And even just like knowing all the behind the scenes stuff about that movie makes it
Yeah,
even scarier. Like how he like psychologically, like Kubrick was just horrible to her during the filming of that. Like
Yeah.
that scene when she's like swinging the bat at Jack, she's like, "Get away, no!"
Yeah.
She said, "Darling, light of my life." He did that. He made her do that like 100 times,
Yeah. Oh, really?
and she was like genuinely like messed.
He was crazy.
He was, yeah. But just that as a movie is just.
I sort of
That is a really good
Yeah.
movie.
I sort of agree with Stephen King that, like, I don't know if you've read The Shining. The book is far better than the movie. But what you're saying is like the story behind the filming of the movie.
Yeah,
It's sort of
yeah.
like his, you know,
Scary.
movie history, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, I don't think Shelley Duvall actually worked again after The Shining.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah. And the follow-up too. Doctor Sleep.
Dr. Sleep,
that
yeah.
just came out a couple years ago was really
that was
excellent
Mike
too.
Flanagan. That was Mike
Yeah,
Flanagan.
actually. I wanna
Was
see
it?
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know he directed that, but
Yeah.
that was brilliant. Like Ewan McGregor in that is
Dr. Sleep.
awesome.
I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna change my answer actually.
Hmm.
I think the Evil Dead. The
Oh,
Evil Dead
yeah.
films are
The second
are
one
my-
is
my favorite.
wonderful. Yeah.
And just because I like practical effects, I like like the first Star Wars is like a masterpiece, like an art, real like art to me, like and those sort of techniques of making a movie
Yeah.
just really like appeal to me.
That's another thing I'd say about horror movies. Don't use CGI.
Yeah.
Don't use CGI.
Yeah,
in horror
exactly.
movies.
Like a
CGI
big, like, monster or
for your
something.
Marvel movies, which is fantastic, but in a horror movie, I think
It's got to
gotta
be real. It's
practical
got to be
effects,
there
yeah.
to really make you freak you out.
Practical effects.
And even the story behind the first Evil Dead, just how like Sam Raimi had nothing, and like Bruce Campbell, he got like his doctor friend to fund
was
the
the
whole
first one,
movie. He
was
gave
it?
him like
Yeah.
he gave him like $1 million, I think, and he's like, all right, yeah, go like make your movie. He lended it, and then like Bruce
success.
Campbell was just his buddy,
Yeah.
that he was like, yeah, you can star in my movie.
you can
No,
try.
they were just
You can, yeah.
they were just friends at school, and you're right. I think it was his dentist.
Dentist, yeah.
I don't think it was $1 million. I think it was like $30,000
Wow.
or something like that, and that's all they needed. And they actually shot a movie before, and I think it was called something like Within the Woods or something like that.
Okay.
And they shot that movie, and they showed it to these dentists. I think there was a few of them, like, and, said, well,
And then they're like,
we'll give
okay,
you the money.
we'll allow
But you know, you watch The Evil Dead, and like, it's a totally serious movie.
Yeah.
Whereas Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness and Ash versus Evil Dead there's a lot of humor.
And you can find Sam
There's a lot of
Raimi
humor
like, finding
there.
his style there.
Yeah,
like
but
Army of Darkness
the
is
actual
like a-
first Evil Dead,
Yeah.
there's probably no humor in it at all.
Yeah. But I think the second two are better.
Yes, I
Yeah,
think the
'cause they're a bit
second one
more
is
like-
awesome, yeah.
You know, like more of a movie. You
And the
know?
second one's almost a remake. He was just like, okay, now
Yeah,
the first one
yeah,
did really well.
Yeah.
Now I have an actual budget and a
Yeah.
company is funding this. Let's remake that first story, but
Yeah.
just better and like
Yeah, yeah.
more fun and with
Yeah.
different effects. And that is why the second one is so good.
Yeah.
But the first one is really special for what it is, I think.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And when that came out, I remember like my dad told me that when that came out, everybody was like, "You got to see this movie.
Yeah.
This is the scariest movie ever made.
Well,
like this is nuts. Like this is terrifying."
In the UK, it came out. This was like I think it was made in '81, but I think it came out in '83 in the UK, and it became the most watched video. Not we obviously didn't have DVDs then. Most watched video, and then they banned it. They banned it, and it was like we had like I don't know if you've heard of Video Nasties, but they banned it as part of this Video Nasty Act. So they banned a lot of movies.
Just because it was a horror movie.
Just where it had gore in it, and
Yeah.
there was there was obviously the scene with the trees and all that,
Yeah.
which was a little bit, and so they banned it. So you know you could only watch it on like what you call pirate videos.
Yeah.
Was it like one guy had it on the street and everyone like piled
Oh
in his
yeah,
house?
that's right. Yeah. You go around. No, yeah, people would be. You could get them
Yeah.
pretty easy.
Same guy you bought
Even
the
even
drugs from.
even from shops, you know, you could go to a rental shop and they might have a little section with all the video
right
nas-
next
video
to the
nasties
porn
in.
section.
Yeah.
Yeah. The back room.
Yeah, you were getting Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I think the like scariest movie I've ever watched though that like really freaked me out is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Just like the grittiness and like that movie is freaky as hell. I only
Actually, I
watched that a
haven't seen
couple years ago, and it is
haven't seen it.
yeah, it's just really unsettling.
'Cause
it looks so real, just because it looks like people just went out in a van with a camcorder, and it's so gritty and like just unsettling. Yeah, would recommend if you haven't seen it. Yeah. Okay, we should wrap this up.
Yeah,
It's
a little
been
spooky
a while.
today.
A little spooky, yeah.
This is the Halloween edition.
I know.
Save this one.
Yeah, this isn't coming out for a while. Yeah. Okay, well, any closing notes? Thanks for coming.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I put the age up a little bit.
Hey, that's okay. We need some diversity.
Subtitles.
Need some wise words to
Yeah,
share.
exactly. We don't have many, so.
No, exactly.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.